What is going on, guys? Welcome back into The Window, the sports betting podcast where we show real tickets, we bet real money. We don't just say we're betting it, we show it. I show it on Picket, I show it on Juice Reel. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. Good days, bad days, it is what it is. We are getting into the WNBA card today, and I went full DGen as I usually do. When I do my research, I do my homework, I find a bunch of edges, and I'm going to take advantage of every single one of them, at least attempt to anyway. To recap last night kind of sucked. Not kind of sucked, it just fucking sucked. That's all there is to it. Let me see. Let me get into it. I didn't realize, and I should have known better, that they were going to put Caitlin on a minutes restriction, and they did, which is fine. It happens. But yesterday in the WNBA, we went 4-6, and that sucked. I was a little aggressive on my unit sizing, but we took NECA over 16.5 points. That cashed. Caitlin over 6.5 assists did not get home. Fever minus 6.5. They just got drubbed up by the Los Angeles Sparks, and I should have known better. If it looks too good to be true, it probably is. And I took the Fever's team total over 94.5. Did not get there. In the Connecticut match, we took Leela Lacan over 12.5 points. She scored 15, so that got home. Connecticut Sun and the Lynx under 168.5. That got home for us. The Lynx minus 6.5 did not get home for us. Marina Mabry, the Golden State Valkyries defense is so damn good that I am not going against that defense anymore the rest of the season. That's just not going to happen. They have a fantastic defense. They are impressive. To hold the only score that Toronto really had to 11 points, awesome. But we had the Toronto tempo plus 7.5, and we lost by the hook. They won by 8, so that sucked. And then, but we did cash on the under 167.5. So the Valkyries under, they're going to be going forward. They are definitely going to be plays for us that I really like a lot. So now let me get into today's card, and there's a lot going on today, guys. A whole lot going on today, and that's enough of the recap. Let's just get into this thing. The Atlanta game, Atlanta's playing Seattle at home, and Atlanta's lost 5 games in a row. They haven't covered 6 spreads in a row. This is a get right spot for the Atlanta Dream if they're going to prove to me that they're a top 4 team in this league. And they are at home after a long road trip. They've had a few days off. They've had a chance to get their minds right after losing to Seattle and losing to Golden State twice and losing to I can't remember who they lost to before that, but it's been a bad run, and it happens. It's not necessarily a long season like the NBA, but it's a 44 game season. It's the middle of the summer. I get it. It happens. But tonight here in Atlanta at the Gateway Center, I need the Atlanta Dream to stand on business. And I think they do, and my card is going to reflect that, as I think they will. So let's get right into it. Seattle versus Atlanta. I am taking Atlanta minus the 9.5. Again, like I said, this is a match where this is a game where they need to stand on business and show who they are. This Seattle team is young. They are inexperienced. They are not good. And Atlanta, I also like the under in this game because Atlanta needs to show defensively who they are. And playing at home, their offense is so much better. This Atlanta Dream team is so bad on the road, but at home, it is such a different animal. And the home court advantage here in the A is serious. It is legit. And I think they stand on business. So I got it at minus 9.5. Maybe it goes lower. I'm not sure. But we are on the Atlanta Dream minus 9.5. My spreadsheet makes this around, I think, 12 or 14. But after this 5-game losing streak, there's no fourth quarter taking off. There's no pumping the brakes. They are going to run their offense. They're going to run it well. Coach Smesko is going to have these ladies ready. And I think again, like I said, they stand on business. And the first player to stand on business, I believe, is going to be Angel Reese. When they played in Seattle last time, I mean, she could probably got like 5 or 6 shots blocked at least, which is fine. And she got to the foul line on a lot of them because she knows how to draw fouls and she's really good at that. But they have her point total set at 14.5. I think she goes flying over this total. Even in the losing games, she has played well. I can't touch a rebound prop. The rebound props are just absolutely insane right now, unless you're going to lower it down and parlay it with something else. But other than that, not going to do anything with rebounds for Angel. We're going to take Angel Reese over 14.5 points. Next up, I could have got it at 2.5, but I'm taking Ryan Howard, best two-way guard in the WNBA, by the way. I am taking Ryan Howard over 3.5 made threes. I think she lights it up. I think she's good for 5. And I think the guards for the Storm, Natasha Heidemann, and I forget the other young lady's name, but Ryan Howard's too long, she's too quick, she's too good on defense, and she's too good of a shooter to not get to this number. I could have messed with her points, don't want to. I think she lights them up from outside and makes her case All-Star game coming up for the 3-point contest. And I think this is where she shows it. Uh, it's a plus money prop. I love this prop. If you want to take it down to 2.5, over 2.5 made threes, and throw it in the parlay because it's juicy as shit, do that. But I think Ryan Howard can make 4 threes in this game. And again, like I said, there's not going to be a let's get the bench players some minutes. This is a get right spot for Atlanta. This is a focus spot for Atlanta. I know I said that before in the game that they lost, but they were on the road. Here at home, give me the dream to handle business. Ryan Howard over 3.5 made threes. Next up is Jordan Canada over 6.5 assists. Jordan Canada at home dishes the rock really well. She's gotten almost up to double-digit assists a couple of times while playing at the Gateway Center here in Atlanta. And I think Jordan Canada getting over 6.5 assists is great. It correlates to Ryan Howard making threes. It correlates to Angel Reese getting her points. The only player I couldn't really mess with for Atlanta is Alicia Gray and her points. She is so streaky that they had her point total set at, I think, 17.5, maybe it was 18.5, but she's too streaky for me to do that. So script is clear tonight. Atlanta handles business. Angel Reese gets at least 15 points. Ryan Howard hits at least 4 3-pointers, and Jordan Canada gets rewarded for creating offense and getting at least 7 assists. It's going to happen. Get these tickets to the window. Don't tell me my shirt's messed up. Jesus, people. Um, but it's all correlated together with Atlanta handling business, and Seattle making that trip across the country is going to affect the way these young ladies play. Atlanta's got to sleep in their own beds and rest and get their minds right. Stand on business, ATL. Let's go Dream. Dream minus 9.5. Angel Reese over 14.5 points. Ryan Howard over 3.5 made threes, and Jordan Canada over 6.5 assists. Next up is a weird game. It's the fighting Caitlin Clark's against the Phoenix Mercury. Caitlin Clark sitting this game out. I don't know if it's because of the Alyssa Thomas situation. Understandable. I don't know if it's the back situation. Understandable as well. But it's also a back-to-back for Indiana. So I don't fault Caitlin Clark for not playing. I still stand on the fact that Paige Beckers is better, and that's a fact. Paige Beckers is better than Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark cannot stay healthy. And Paige Beckers is better. I will stand on that, die on that hill, yell at me in the comments. I can take it. So we go to the injury game. Here are the plays for this game. We're taking the under 171.5. I know that's scary in a fever game. And this is just it's not even a model spot. Like my spreadsheet is telling me to take the over because it's the fever, but I'm not doing it. I'm going to take the under in this game. I just think, especially on a back-to-back, no practice, no rest. I'm not saying they're going to be rusty, but when Phoenix plays well, Phoenix plays defense. And this is pretty much a pick 'em game. And I think Phoenix's defense is going to hold serve here. And again, without Caitlin Clark, the Fever are a lot of these teams are just not good on, with the exception of Golden State and the Aces. A lot of these teams are just not good on the road. And the Fever are one of them. They showed that last night, getting drubbed up by the Los Angeles Sparks without Kelsey Plum, without Cam Brink. They didn't look awful, but they just took minutes off. They had droughts, and it was just strange. It was very, very strange. And I like the under. I think this game stays in the 160s. With that being said, I am not going to bet against the Fever to lose 2 games in a row against the Phoenix Mercury. I'm going to take the Phoenix Mercury in the first half on the money line, and I'll post a ticket up either here or here. Not sure where I'm going to put it when I get done editing, but this is one of my favorite bets on the card. Phoenix has a better first half setup, and I'm betting Phoenix to just start fast and something to prove, with everything that's going on with the talk and the chatter and the blah 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 blah. These ladies just want to play basketball, which leads to the next prop. Alyssa Thomas, her points, rebounds, and assists over 30.5. She doesn't need one stat to carry the whole bet, but I think she's going to get nearly double-digit rebounds. She's good for 15 points, so let's call it 14 points, 8 boards. That puts you at 22. Then you need 8 assists, 9 assists to get over that. So she's got a way to get there, and I think she gets there. Alyssa Thomas over 30.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Now, with Caitlin Clark out, that leads to the next prop bet, and that's Kelsey Mitchell over 23.5 points. She hadn't gone under this in, I think, in about 5 games. And she's their one scoring option. Sophie Cunningham plays great. Not a great shooter on the road. Lexi Hall, on the road. Aaliyah Boston is back, which will affect the spacing inside in that they have to pay attention because Aaliyah Boston can put up 17 points and 10 rebounds. So she's going to have to get paid attention to. And I think Kelsey Mitchell can light it up from outside, mid-range, get to the line. So Kelsey Mitchell over 23.5 points. And finally, Kaleah Copper over 20.5 points. She's the straw that stirs the drink for this offense via Alyssa Thomas. Those two work together really well, and I think it's gonna hang tough here in a very tight matchup. And I think Kaleah Copper is gonna have to show off her scoring ability, and asking her to score 21 points, easy. So game script is this: Phoenix starts faster than the Fever. Alyssa fills up the stat sheet to prove a point, even with Caitlin Clark out. Whatever she's mad about, you still shouldn't have punched the lady in the throat. It's fucking stupid. She didn't do shit to you except get money in your pocket. So there's no need for that angry, violent shit. There's no place for that in the game. So chill that fucking noise out. Kaleah Copper gets her points. Kelsey Mitchell carries the Indiana Fever by scoring damn near 30 points, in my opinion, tonight. And the total stays under because Phoenix is going to have to play defense to keep this game close. It's a tight script, but if you know basketball, it makes sense. And I'm not saying, oh, you got to know ball, but in this head and this weird hair, it makes sense. Last game of the night, we're on Las Vegas and Portland. Asia Wilson is questionable to play in this game. If she plays, cool. If she doesn't, cool. They set her point line at 23.5. I took the over 23.5. If she plays, she's literally unguardable. So she's good for 24 points if she plays. I also have Portland plus the 8.5. I think it was at 9.5, 10. So some sharp money's come in on Portland. So we're gonna take Portland plus the 8.5. We're gonna take Asia Wilson over 23.5 points. And this one you're going to have to do a deep dive on: Sarah Ashley Barker over 4.5 rebounds. She's gone over this in 4 out of the last 6 games, and I got it at plus money. And I think it's a great bet. Asia's averaging 25.7 points a game, by the way, and she's had a couple games off. Granted, this game's on the road. She might not go. So I wanted to grab Portland at that plus 8.5. And if she doesn't go, the bet's voided. It's a push. You get your money back. Also, the Aces waived Kennedy Carter, who was literally leading the league in votes for Sixth Woman of the Year. The woman is apparently a head case. She was here in Atlanta, got into a fight, or almost got into a fight with Courtney Williams. Then she went to LA. It was a locker room problem. Then she went to Chicago, had her best season playing 33 games, averaging like 17.1 points a game. But she had Teresa Witherspoon as her coach, and Teresa Witherspoon whooped her fucking ass. Literally, Teresa Witherspoon would beat the shit out of her. So she had someone to not necessarily look up to, but be scared of. And that's why she had such a good season there. But she is a locker room problem. We'll probably never see her in the WNBA again. And that's sad because she was truly a talent. But there's something going on upstairs, and that sucks for this team. And I think it's going to affect the Las Vegas locker room a little bit, not a lot, but getting double digits with Portland at home It's just a lot of it's just a lot of points with Asia being questionable and things like that. Now, this Sarah Ashley Barker over 4.5 rebounds. She's a Portland guard. It's a plus money hustle prop. She was a Portland picked her up in the expansion draft, so they targeted her. They wanted her for this reason. This bet is about usage, it's about minutes, it's about missing shots. And if Portland is competitive, Barker should be involved enough to get to get several long rebounds. And like I said, she's gone over this prop in the last 4 of the last 6 games. It's not glamorous. It might be hard to find. If you don't like it, don't fucking bet it. You know what I mean? I'm not making you press the fucking button. You don't have to press it. But that's it. So the script for Vegas and Portland: Asia plays, Asia scores. That's what Asia does. Portland keeps it close. They keep it competitive because of the locker room issues that the Aces are dealing with, and they are not deep on the bench. They're not terrible, but they're not deep on the bench. And Sarah Ashley Barker, she gets enough minutes, missed shots, hustle plays to get 5 rebounds. That's sweat, man. That's a lot of bets for 3 games, but I'm here for it. I'm here for the action. I always am. My opinion, uh, biggest questionable, most fragile bet is probably Portland plus 8.5 if Asia's healthy or fully active. The best plus money prop is going to be Ryan Howard over 3.5 threes, or the Sarah Ashley Barker bet over 4.5 rebounds. Best prop period is going to be Alyssa Thomas over 30.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Game script that I love is Phoenix in the first half and Indiana Fever and Phoenix Mercury under. And the best side I love today, I love, love, love the Atlanta Dream to stand on business. That is it. That is all, guys. That is the card. Hope you guys have a great day. Take a moment, like and subscribe if you're into the WNBA. If you're not, just take a moment, like and subscribe anyway. I would greatly appreciate it. It helps out the channel. Don't bet what you can't afford to lose. If a bet makes you sweat, you're not doing it right. This is Jemiah from the To the Window Sports Betting Podcast. I will catch you guys on the next one. Love.